everybody, my name is Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do some more eye swatches. I saw where Terra Moons is having another sale. Like everything is 30% off. So I have the Space Chemistry palette, and I also have the two Lovers of the Sun palettes. So I thought I could do some eye swatches for you guys to see if this is something you would be interested to pick up in the sale while you were also, you know, maybe picking up some other things or some singles or something like that. So if that sounds good, just keep on watching. Alright, this is my Space Chemistry palette, and as you can see, I haven't really been able to give it as much love as I've been wanting to, so I'm actually kind of excited to do some eye swatches with this one because I'm not sure if I've used all of the shades in this one. So, and they also have an option, and I don't know if they're still doing it, where you can trade out this shade for another shade, and I believe see, that shade is called Meteor Sand. I believe the original palette had this matte and that matte, and they were both pretty close to this color. I think it was like either a darker or lighter variation of a brown. So they're like, you know, if you don't want two browns, which I could see why you would just want a brown with this palette and then a deepening up brown, because the shimmers is what's going to give you the, it's kind of, you know, the stars of the show. But I kind of just wanted a cool colorful matte to put in here, so I picked this color right here. I'm not even sure what it's called, but yeah, I don't know if they're still doing that or not, but I just wanted you to know that this shade is not original to this palette. Now I'm going to start and just go across. Alright, so the first shade I'm going to start, I'm just going to go ahead and start with the brown matte called Terra. And there's a little bit of kick up in the pan. I've just applied some of my P. Louise base. Okay, so there's Terra, and it applied pretty easily. It was a little, had a little bit of kick up, but nothing crazy. So the next one, I'm going to go into Moon Water right there. And there's a finger swatch. And maybe I see some gold reflect. I'm not for sure if all these are duochromes or some of them are just shimmers. Alright, so there is Terra and Moon Water. Moon Water is on this side. Alright, the next two shades are Abyss and then Wavelength. So Abyss is definitely a duochrome because it looks like a blue and purple shift. There's Abyss. So this one doesn't feel flaky or anything. Feels just like their normal formula that's very smooth and comfortable. And then the next shade, Wavelength. Okay, both nice and smooth. So Abyss and then Wavelength. Okay, the next two shades are Solarium and then Atmosphere. Here's Solarium. That's got such a neat shift in the camera. Solarium. Here's Atmosphere. Solarium, and then Atmosphere. All right, the next shade is Lumite. I can't really say that, I'm sorry. And then I'll skip this one since it's just a shade I picked, and then do Iconic Bond. So I'll do these two. And again, if you order this palette, you'll get a brown, kind of a brown color right there. Okay, this is Luminite. I think that's a better way to say it. That's so pretty. And all these so far have been the just nice, smooth, comfortable formula. I've not even had any eyelid pain taken on off at this point yet. And then the next shade, Iconic Bond, right there. So Luminite and then Iconic Bond. All right, the next two shadows is Sweet Atoms and Retrograde. And Sweet Atoms looks right up my alley. Color I would like. And Retrograde. So Sweet Atoms and Retrograde, and same thing, they both feel very smooth and comfortable. Alright, the last shade in this palette is going to be Light Particle. Okay. So that's it for Space Chemistry, and now I'm just going to head on to the next palettes. Okay, this is my Lovers on the Sun palette, and there's actually two versions of this palette, and just by the outside, I can't tell, like, there's not like a volume 1 or volume 2 anywhere on this. They're just both called Lovers of the Sun. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I had to pause it so I could bend it back so the mirror wouldn't be in your face. But so this is the one of the palettes, and let me see. Even the names in these palettes are the same. So the names of these shadows, like, or the ones that are in these, so it's, I don't really know how to tell you how to buy the different variations of it, but I will just, guess I'll just go by, the best way to remember is this one has a green matte and this one has a navy matte. So I'll start with the one that has the green matte in it, and I have used these a little bit more and more familiar with them. This one actually came in kind of broken, so I just repressed it. So I guess I'll just do them in twos up and down, and I'll start with Solar Halo in this version first, and this one is very fragile and flaky. It has a little bit more of a gritty texture, but it's definitely not the most grittiest texture I've ever felt from them before. And that was Solar Halo in that version. And then this is like a going in with Celestial Love. Has a little bit of kick up, but not much. And this is Solar Halo and Celestial Love in the green matte version. Alright, the next two shades I'm going to do in this green matte version is these two middle shades called Sunset Embrace and Galactic Heart. But again, it is the same in the other palette as well. So, this is Galactic Heart. Galactic Heart, and then I'm going to do this Sunset Embrace in the middle. It has a little kick up. Not a whole lot, even less than the other mattes that I've tried so far. So, okay. So, Galactic Heart and Sunset Embrace. Alright, the next two shades are Amorous Rays and Nebula Whisper. This one doesn't feel flaky. I feel like there's a bigger sparkle particles in this one, but it's still the very comfortable formula. Okay, there's Amorous Rays. And then the matte green, bluish. And there's hardly any kick up with this one. So there's Amorous Rays, and no, this one's Amorous Rays and then Nebula Whisper. Okay, and now moving on to the last and final palette. It's the Lovers in the Sun variation with the navy matte. And this one came kind of busted up, so I just pressed it back in. Alright, so I'm going to start with Solar Halo. And this one has larger glimmer particles in it too, but it still feels very smooth. It doesn't feel gritty or anything like that. And then I'm going to go into the Navy Matte Celestial Love. Then there's hardly any kick up in this shade. Okay, feel like I got that built up pretty good. So Solar Halo and Celestial Love. Okay, the next two shades are Sunset Embrace and Galactic Heart. And these are both very pretty shades. I love using these shades. A little bit of, I would say, a very mild grittiness to it. But look at that shine. And then this one, I love this shade too. It's like a purpley brown. Ooh, but then it looks red right there, don't it? I think these two shades are like my favorite out of all the palettes. So Sunset Embrace and Galactic Heart. Alright, the last two shades are Amorous Rays and Nebula Whisper. And again, Nebula Whisper is came broken, and this Amorous Rays is actually having a pretty good bit of kick up, so just thought I would let you know in case that is something that you don't like. Which I don't know if you can buy these shadows individually. And if you did, I don't know what their actual name would be, because to me, I would be okay with just having like the two middle shades in this palette. Okay. Sorry, that was kind of terrible application. And these shimmers are not in the shadow. It's to the point now where I can't really get all of them off as good as I want to. And then this is Nebula Whisper. Definitely one of the more grittier. Probably this one is probably the most gritty formula out of all the shades. But look at the shine, it's so pretty. Glad I saved it for last though, because I don't think my eyelids can take any more today. To me, it's just like a topper to the extreme. It's so sparkly. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'm sorry, my face is all at mess right now. I just need to kind of wrap it up. This took a little bit longer than I thought. So, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. And if you're shopping the sale, I also have eye swatches of the previous last two singles releases that Terra Moons has released. So if that's something you're interested in, please give those a watch. And if you could subscribe, give this a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it and would love to have you here. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.